Oh, it's still going live? Oh. I think we're live now. I don't know. Things are glitching. Yeah, no black screen. Whatever. Now we're live. Now we're live for sure. What's going on? Thank you all for joining us. Sorry about the stream going live late. My computer decided to update at the worst possible time. And then I had to sit through that for about, I don't know, a good 40 minutes or so. So that's why the stream's going live a little bit later. Thank you for joining us. We'll try and make this go as fast as possible. We're going to do our mock off-season team selection show. We have 30 participants, including me and Eric, in our mock off-season this year. If you're not a mock off-season participant, you can still hang out with us, kill some time, and chill. But this won't be the normal Blazers Uprise live stream. This will be our mock off-season team selection show. For those of you who are new, our mock off-season is something we did last year, and it's something we're doing again this year, where me, Eric, and 28 of you guys all get a team and act as the GM for that team and run through the offseason. It'll be this 2021 offseason. We'll run through a draft. We'll run through free agency. We'll make trades. Everything according to the CBA, since you guys know we're nerds with that. And but we have to assign teams. That's the first step in it, so that's what tonight's stream is. Anyway, Eric, what you got?
Hello, Tori. And I just want to say real quick, we had overwhelming interest in being in this mock-off season. Way more. We obviously only have 30 teams to account for. We had probably double that amount of people asking to be in it. I sincerely apologize. It was no slight or there isn't a reason why any of you who aren't in it. We felt super bad for at least 15 people who we had to put on an alternate list. There is a chance that some of you could still participate because there will without a doubt be someone who is inactive or that needs to bail because of work or something that's just taking too much time. So I do apologize to all those. It's nothing personal, and I appreciate all of you guys for wanting to be in it. It makes it that much more fun when we have participants that want to be. But yeah, so we do have a waiting list. If you want to be added to that, you can message Tori or I. But we already have a decent waiting list as well. So I don't know if you have a chance to be on it, but you can always try. And we'll try to get some people next year that were on the verge of making it again last year. And I just want to say there were a few people like Portland Made who was in it last year, did a great job, was active and all that stuff. And I'm sorry, man. I really wanted everyone to be able to participate, but maybe we can do a second one down the road or something, or do something different. But unfortunately, we only have 30 spots.
Yep. So anyway, we're not going to waste any more of your time other than make sure to read that guide sheet I sent out in your Discord messages if you have not read that yet and you're participating, because that goes over a lot of stuff. I know I'm probably going to get questions that are answered in that guide sheet, so just make sure you read it because that goes over how things are going to work and a bunch of the details and that type of stuff. But without further ado, well, I got to preface this with this. We do have Valley Podcast being the Suns in our mock-off season. So that's why there's... Yep, that's why the random number generators 1 to 29 instead of 1 to 30. The Suns are not an option. The other 29 participants, I've given a number 1 to 29. I put that list in the Discord. That was the numbers that you've seen. So I'll roll a number, okay? If it's, I think Brett is 6. If it's 6, then Brett will be up and he can pick his team. We'll also message you if we don't see you in chat. And then I'll roll 3 times, 1 through 29, for 3 different teams. And you'll get to choose between one of those 3 different teams. Duplicates, obviously, we'll just re-roll. You will have 3 different options unless you're one of the last couple people to go. That's just kind of tough luck. But that is basically how this is going to work. I just, in the team sheets thread, I just put the team numbers 1 through 29 as well, just for transparency. So that is how this is going to work. Anything that I need to cover that I haven't with this yet, Eric? Is there anything?
I guess we should preface it by saying what you're picking team-wise. So just really quick, you inherit the team exactly as is. And now we have the fun thing of the lottery being next Tuesday. So if you have a team that has a lottery position, or you might have a team that the lottery depends on whether they have a pick or not. So factor that into your picks. But you inherit all their contracts, all their free agents, all their future picks, all their trade exceptions, everything. So, and then all the trades have to follow CBA rules. So when you're picking your 3 teams, make sure it's a team that you want to, or that has the type of assets or whatever that you want to have. Don't just pick like your favorite team because they're the Blazers, because that might not necessarily be the funnest team to be. I mean, I'm sure as a Blazer fan, you probably want that.
A lot of pressure, though.
Yeah, a lot of pressure on the Blazers. And for the record, Tori and I do not get to pick our team. We're in this same process as all you guys. So the Blazers are absolutely up for grab for whoever gets them.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, have fun with it. But yeah, just kind of think about the teams and their future and all that kind of stuff in addition to that. And you don't get knock points for rebuilding versus winning a championship or going for a title or whatever, being a contender. It's whatever you decide to do with your team. We will have a little bit of ownership override this year, so there's not like unfair trades that make it completely unbalanced. Mm-hmm. We'll get into all that later, but just know that you can do whatever you want. So if you want a rebuilding team, you want to trade for draft picks, you enjoy the draft, you probably want to pick the one out of the 3 that is most likely to have a lot of draft picks. Like if you have OKC come up and you love the draft, you probably want to take OKC. Whereas if you want to like try to build a winner or something and you get the Nets, then you probably want to pick the Nets or someone like that.
Yep. So you're just trying to do the best job as GM, come up with a plan, a rebuild plan, a plan to try and contend, and then try and execute that plan as best as possible. We'll go over more of it. Like we're going to try and make sure to like explain everything well through documents and whatnot so you guys know what's going on. But yeah, if you want to try and take a team that's on the fringe of contention and make them a contender, pick that team. If you want a rebuilding team, pick a team like I almost said the Charlotte Hornets, but they almost made the playoffs this year. I don't know. All the rebuilding teams from prior years are now like a lot better. So yeah, and if certain teams, there will be more to do with them than others, so definitely take that into account. But let's not waste any more time. Let's roll for the very first person, which is gonna. It's actually, I think it's actually bread. It's actually 6, which is going to be bread. All right. So bread is up. Go message bread because I'm not sure if he's in here. And now we'll roll for his 3 teams. His first team. Team number 3, which is going to be the Bulls. Let me update that.
And just for the record, if you are not in here and you do not respond to your messages, you go to the end.
The back of the line. Team number 2, 16, which is going to be the Mavericks. And then team number 3 is going to be the Celtics.
All right.
So Bulls, Mavericks, Celtics.
That's pretty good mix of teams.
Mm-hmm. So we'll give you about like 2 minutes or so to decide. That is the plan as of now. Let me take a picture of the team numbers so I don't have to keep switching slides here.
And get the Jeopardy music.
I should have put it in, man.
Oh, were you going to have that rule, like, if you didn't like any of the 3 teams, or are we skipping that?
We're skipping that.
Okay.
Because we're allowing people, like, we'll get into it after, but...
Mm-hmm. Brett's in here. I just haven't seen him.
Yeah, he's probably thinking about it. Important decision. It's funny how I used Brett as the example and he was the first guy to pop up.
Yeah. 1 in 29 shit.
Mm-hmm.
The
Celtics would be fun. Is that supposed to be the Jeopardy theme music?
No, it's the as Jared asked for, the Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Are you sure Brett's in here?
Yep. Both these teams were listed at the same tier on my prep list. Both of these teams, there's 3 teams.
I wonder which 2 he's talking about.
All right, Brad,
Dallas
we need an
and
answer,
Boston.
or we are... Okay, he's going with the Mavs.
All right, so Brad is going with the Mavs. Let me see here. Eric, would you be able to like put this in the Google Doc sheet? Like the teams for each participant?
Sure.
All right, it's in your folder. So let me get rid of the Mavericks from that. Cool. And Brett has his team. All right, rolling for the second team. We got number 28, who's going to be Trevin. Trevin is up. Option number 1 is going to be... Let me pull up this picture on my phone. Option number 1 is going to be the Bucks. Option number 2 is going to be the Hawks. Option number 3 is going to be the Kings. Bucks, Hawks, Kings.
Ben, we'll have it like last year where everyone's name has their team listed, and there's chats that only have the 30 participants in it, so it's super easy. You should know that from last year.
Yep. And we can, like, the trade window, you won't be allowed to make trades until right after the draft lottery, which is in 8 days. So we're going to wait till the draft lottery. So there's going to be, like, more of a time before you can even make trades. So we can, like, sort out anything else out. Just let me know once Trevin has his team. We'll give you 2 minutes, Trev, max.
No Blazers for Trevin this year.
Sad. Should I roll for who's up next? Who's
Sure.
on deck? All right.
Yeah, that'd be good.
On deck will be... It's me.
Trevin went with the Atlanta Hawks.
Okay. Trevin went... All right, you got it. Yeah. And I will delete it from there. Cool. Perfect. Okay, I'm up. I'm number 27. You guys see it. I'm nervous. Blazers are also number 27. So I'm hoping for another number 27. Here we go. We got 18, which is going to be, let me pull it up here, which is the Nuggets. Ew. We got 27, which is the Blazers.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we got
rigged.
2. And we got 2, which is the Bucks. I mean, I'm gonna take the Blazers. I'm gonna take the Blazers. Man, I've been as transparent, so you guys can't even say rigged. But I'm gonna be the Blazers. Let's go. All right. Cool. Take the
Have fun
Blazers
with
down
that.
there. A lot of pressure.
It's unanimous. Like, all 74 people in chat say it's rigged.
I know, bro. I got the random number generator up on screen. You guys can see the minimum is 1. The max is 29. I posted the team numbers in the Discord. I posted the participant numbers in the Discord as well. So you guys, I've been as transparent. Not rigged. Honestly, just lucky. But yeah. Anyway. Okay. Who is next? We got... By the way, the website I'm using for the random number generator is random.org, if anybody is wondering. 13 is GK. GK, you are up, my guy. Your team options will be 14, which is... my phone keeps shutting off. 14, which is the Lakers. 9, which is the Heat. And 1... which is the 76ers. Lakers, Sixers, Heat.
Jose Hernandez, nah, I'm not. I don't rig it like Tori, so Oh.
Bro, it's not rigged. Eric, don't even joke about that. You know it's not rigged, bro. You're not supposed to peddle that.
Saltiest Gaming says that's some frozen envelope type trash.
Like that. No, wait. So what were the teams? The Lakers, Sixers, Heat. It was the Lakers, Sixers, Heat. No, that's what I was worried of. Is like, what if I get the Blazers? Like, how do I make sure that they know that it's not rigged?
Yeah, I know.
Because I knew if I got the Blazers,
you can't be any more transparent than you're doing.
Yeah.
Unless you had someone else doing the number generation, right?
Yeah, but I mean,
GK's taking the Lakers.
He's taking the Lakers?
Interesting.
Okay. Cool. I like how fast he chose. I didn't even have time to put the logos in. So I'll delete the Lakers from the right. About halfway through, I will, like, renumber the teams, just like 1 through 15. Because we're going to start getting some duplicates here. All right.
And then, just in case it's not clear, so, like, the Lakers aren't going to be trading LeBron, so you're not going to be doing that.
Yep. All right. So
Reese is mad, though.
Is Reese mad?
He's a Lakers fan.
Oh, yeah, he is. Next person up is going to be number 5, who is... Can you, like, list them off to me, since you have the sheet up? Who's number 5, Eric?
Number 5 is Ben Hewitt.
Ben Hewitt is up. Benny Hewitt is
up.
Was
in here a minute ago.
All right, message him.
He gave me a list if he's not.
Cool.
Oh, he's in here.
Team 1 is going to be Orlando. Team 2 is going to be the Nets. Team 3 is going to be the Nuggets. Magic, Nets, Nuggets.
Magic, Nets, Nuggets. I know who I'd pick, but it's nice to get like a contending team, a rebuilding team, and a
fringe contender.
Good team that you can make better if you make good moves. So that's an interesting mix of teams. I like it. Now, Thomas Aransky was the Nuggets last year.
He did a pretty good job with them.
He did a good job. He made some questionable moves after doing a good job, but yeah, he traded for Beal and re-signed Jeremy Grant and Mikal Bridges.
His starting lineup was literally Jamal Murray, Bradley Beal, Mikal Bridges, Jeremy Grant, Nikola Jokic. That's dirty.
Benny.
I will roll for who's on deck. On deck is going to be number 16.
That is
Jackson. Jackson, you're up next.
For Org.
Bro. Benny thinking.
Benny, I see you in here.
Is he in here?
Okay, so
poor Oregano Jackson.
He had the Nuggets 4th on his list, so
all right. I'll give him like another 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Because I haven't even seen him.
Yeah, Nets and who's the other team? Orlando. Yeah, Nets and Orlando were pretty far down on his list, so Nuggets were pretty high.
Alrighty.
So yeah. He was in here, but yeah.
All right. Well, he sent you a list. That's the thing. I said if you can't make the stream, if you send us a list, we'll just go based off your list. If not, we'll send you to the back. So good on Benny for sending us a list.
He was the only one who gave me an actual list with all the teams.
Yeah. So, all right. Benny's going to be the Nuggets. All right. Jackson's up next. Jackson has team number 7. Let me unlock my phone again. I need to turn this on. So, the Grizzlies. The Nuggets are taken. That was team 18. The Lakers are taken. That was team 14. 22 is the Raptors. Grizzlies, Raptors. Grizzlies again. Kings. Grizzlies, Kings, Raptors are your options, Jackson.
Grizzlies, Kings, Raptors. Those are three good teams as well.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I think there's more like good teams to be.
Jackson is going to be the Memphis Grizzlies.
All right, Jackson's going with the Memphis.
Nice, I like it.
Alrighty. Cool. Next up is going to be number 24, who is
Sneggy.
All right,
Brian
Sneggy.
Scalabrine. Is he
in here? I would message him.
He's in here.
Oh, he is in here. Okay, cool. Sneggy is up. Team number 1 is going to be number 5, which is... I'm blanking. The Celtics. The Celtics aren't picked yet, are they?
Nope.
All right, Celtics. Clippers. Sneggy was the Clippers last year, too.
Yeah.
And Nets. Celtics, Clippers, Nets.
Isaac Stanstrom is asking, do you have to be realistic? Yes, we try to make it as realistic as possible, so the owner has an override if you try to do something stupid.
We're gonna give you guys a ton of leeway, but if you try and trade Kevin Durant for Landry... Oh, wait, no, aren't they on the same team? I was going to say Landry Shamet. If you try and trade Kevin Durant for, I don't know, Aaron
Rodney
Nesmith
Hood or something, yeah.
Yeah, the owner's going to step in and say no.
Yeah.
So those are your 3 teams. Sneggy.
Well, Beal is kind of one of those guys who could possibly be traded, so it's not in a thing like this, yeah.
Scalabrini's going with the Nets.
All right. He wanted Durant last year. He got overridden in a trade. Now he gets him.
Now he actually gets him. So that's pretty cool. Because I know there's a couple people that wanted teams that were less active. You know what I mean? So I think the Nets. I think Scalabrini was one of them. And the Nets are. You can be creative still. That's the thing. All right. Up next is number 12, who is Eric Olson. Hopefully Eric Olson's...
Darn it, man.
What's
Thought you were going to say me.
No, you're number 11, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's his 3 teams.
Eric Olson's here. Yep.
Cool. 16, which is the
Taken.
Mavericks. Oh, it's taken? Okay, yeah, let me know if they're taken. 24 is the Spurs. That was my team last year. 24 again. 24 again. Hello. 9 is the Heat. And 21 is the Pistons. Heat, Pistons, Spurs.
It's not a bad 3 options. Yeah, Gabe, the only rigging was for you.
I know. That was literally the only rigging was we gave you guys the Suns. All right, there's your 3 options, Eric Olson. You got a couple minutes.
He did say he was present, so Heat for Eric Olson.
Cool. I appreciate you guys picking these fast. This is going a lot smoother than last year, despite having to start late. All right, so he went with the Heat. All right, now up next is going to be number 4.
Ben Darling.
Ben Darling. All right, man. Your team options are number 15.
Taken. Oh, Magic. Never mind. Sorry.
Magic. Okay. 3, which is the Bulls.
Yep.
They've, I think, been an option once or twice, but not taken. So Bulls. What was it? Bulls, Magic, and 21 is the Pistons.
Bulls, Magic, Pistons.
Got some rebuilding teams there. I only have to change 2 of these pictures. And there you go, Ben Darling.
I like how people say, take this team to rebuild, but...
Yeah, rebuild the Magic.
I mean, the Bulls you can do
be
some stuff with.
interesting.
The Pistons and Magic are both kind of rebuilding, so Yeah.
Yeah. I'll roll for who's on deck. Let me know who this is, Eric. 15.
15 is Isaac. Big Bungalows.
Isaac's next. Andy's in here. Dope. Isaac, be ready. He says, can you stream the stream on Discord? YouTube is glitching for me. Alright, when he's up.
Ben, did you pick? Or you...
He said 1 sec.
No, but then he said... Who do you think I would take, Reese, instead of...
Think about it, Ben. Come on.
Come on, Ben. Don't ask Reese.
You DM'd.
Why did you DM too? Come on, Ben. What are you doing?
Just pick it in the chat, bro. You're in the chat. Why are you gonna make me...
Why are you asking for advice? Ben, come on. No, just pick a team in chat, please. Or we're gonna...
Ben,
just
we're gonna
tell us who you pick in chat, and we can...
No, he actually DM'd me his pick.
Yeah, magic. Okay.
I don't know why he didn't just... Why say it in
like
chat? Just
everyone else was
doing. God, Ben. All right, there you go. That's the magic. All right, you can put that in. Next up is Isaac. All right, Isaac. Hopefully your stream isn't glitching. 29, which is the Wizards.
Yep.
I believe, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Wizards. 27 is taken. 23 is who?
Rockets.
Wizards, Rockets, or 8?
Taken.
28. Warriors.
Yep.
There you go. There's your choices, Isaac. He says, what is this selection? I think it's a pretty normal selection. You got some good options here. You could kick off a rebuild in Washington. You could continue a rebuild in Houston. Or you could try and get the Warriors back to contention. And the Warriors could have
to go Rockets for GK.
All right, Rockets for GK. He's going Rockets. All right, next up is going to be 20. My favorite number.
Parsa. Ash.
Parsa. Is he in here? I would message him.
He was. I will message him.
All right. I will roll for the teams and I can pull up my picture here. The Grizzlies are taken, correct?
Yes.
All right. 12. The Kings?
Kings, yep.
All right. So the Kings. The Nets are taken. The Nets are taken. The Nuggets are taken. I'm going to have to reseed these soon.
Yeah.
The Magic are taken. The Rockets are taken. The Hornets. What was the first team?
What was the first team?
The Kings, right?
Kings, yeah. Kings,
Hornets. Pelicans. Kings, Hornets, Pelicans.
Okay.
Very, very good choices here. We'll give him 2 minutes to at least acknowledge that he's here.
He is.
Okay.
He says 3 teams in very similar spots.
Mm-hmm. But with like different pieces, different kind of roster constructions.
He's taking the Pellies.
All right. Next up, I need to roll for who's on deck. Next up is number 12. That was Eric Olson. Number 3.
Arshad.
Arshad. Is Arshad in here?
Yep.
Cool. Arshad, here we go, man. Let's see. His team options are going to be number 1, which is the Sixers.
Yep.
26
is the Timberwolves.
And 15 is taken. 4.
Cavaliers.
All right. So Sixers, Cavs, T-Wolves are your options, Arshad. On deck is going to be 29. Zach, you're up next. You said Arshad was in here.
Yeah, he said yeah.
Alrighty. Arshad said he's stuck between 2. Flip a coin.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I was in this position, I'd be taking a while to think too. Oh, where'd Eric's camera go? Oh, weird. Arshad's going T-Wolves. Alrighty. So Zach was up next. Let me roll for his teams. 29, which is the Wizards. 24, which is the Spurs. And 10, which is the Hornets. So Wizards, Spurs, Hornets. None of those teams are taken? Wizards, Spurs, Hornets. Eric?
Arshad took Minnesota. Is that what?
Yes.
I was responding to AM on Discord, who obviously was not aware.
Wizards, Spurs, Hornets. There's the Hornets logo. I don't believe any of those teams were taken. Let me double check. Hornets. Wizards.
No.
Yeah, okay. Zach says he hates these. I don't think they're that bad.
Zach, if you did, I'm taking you out of the. He's taking the. He said I DM'd you. I know he's joking, but like we're trying to move this along, not be like.
Not have to fish for it. Zach's going Hornets. Hornets are a pretty good choice, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the thing. Like a team might look like, oh, there's not much to do with the Hornets, but they have all their picks. They have a lotto pick.
Yeah.
They have a plethora of guards.
They got some big contracts they can trade.
They're a fringe playoff team. Yeah. So I mean, be creative with them. You can make something happen, for sure. All right. So I got rid of the Hornets. Let me roll for who's next. It is going to be number 8.
Number 8 is Chris Stevens. Come on down.
Is he in here?
Yeah, he was.
Cool, I'll roll for his teams. 24 is the Spurs. 12 is the Kings. The Kings haven't been taken?
The Kings have not been taken. No.
They've been up like 3 times already. So Spurs, Kings, and Sixers. Spurs, Kings, Sixers. for Mr. Stevens.
He said Philadelphia 76ers.
Cool. Thank you for picking quickly. Appreciate it. Next up,
I think he picked before you even said the 13th.
Really? You really wanted the Sixers?
You wanted Philly?
20?
That's a good... Yeah.
23 is Shervin. Is Shervin here?
Oh, no. Oh, yep, Shervin's here.
All right. You got the Pacers. I think that's the first time they've been chosen. The Timberwolves are taken, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. 2 is going to be the Bucks. Pacers, Bucks. And 26, Timberwolves. Nuggets are taken. Grizzlies taken. Thunder. That's the first time the Thunder have been. So Pacers, Thunder, and Bucks. Those are 3 teams that haven't really been offered yet.
He's going with the Bucks.
Oh wow, that was insanely fast. Good job. Alrighty. That was the most efficient selection.
2 in a row. I like it.
Mm-hmm. Eric.
Woo!
You're up.
Let's go.
How nervous are you?
I'm not nervous at all. I mean, I'm content with anything. It's always fun rebuilding, but it's kind of cool to do something different too.
Yep. Well, option number 1 is a rebuilding team. That is the Pistons.
All right.
Option 2. Are the Mavericks taken yet? They are, aren't they?
Yes.
All right. Timberwolves taken. Rockets taken. Lakers taken. Yeah, we definitely need to reseed this. Celtics are taken, correct?
Nope, they're not.
Ooh, the Celtics aren't taken. Ooh, the Celtics, the Pistons.
And
the Spurs.
The Spurs. All right. Interesting.
You going to be Brad Stevens? Or are you going to be... I don't know who the GM of Detroit is.
It's that assistant GM from OKC. I am going to take the Detroit Pistons.
The Pistons. All right, you like the rebuild route.
Mm-hmm.
The Celtics have been passed a lot, and I think they're a really good option.
They are.
Get some.
I just probably wouldn't trade Brown or Tatum, and then that would, be kind of boring.
We have 13 teams left. I'm going to reseed them real quick, and I'm going to reseed the people that are left to choose. I will post this here. Let me just do it. No, not that. Let me sort this.
Yes, Troy Weaver. That's his name. Thank you, Caleb.
I didn't mean to. Let me try and sort this correctly. I'm tripping. All right. I guess it just won't sort. Here, I'll literally just do this. Cool. I'm going to post this in the... I'm going to post this in the Discord, in the team sheet section. I'll delete it afterwards. But that's the remaining numbers for members, and then this is going to be the remaining numbers for the teams. I posted in the team sheets just so you guys can know it's legit. All right. So now let me go to the RNG. Shouldn't have anywhere near as many duplicates. 1 through 13. There we go. Number 9. Who's number 9? Let me pull this up here. Number 9 is going to be Connor. I assume Connor's in here.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I shall roll for the teams. 6 is the Kings. 13 is the Wizards. 8 is the Pacers. Kings, Pacers, Wizards.
Yeah, I want. Obviously, the most fun team, if you like drafting, is the Thunder, but it's almost like too easy. Like, you pretty much have the assets to trade for anyone you want. Just like, so I'm kind of glad I didn't get them this one.
Yeah. Next up is Nick Biscuit. I would message him. I'm not sure if he's in here, and if he is, I'm not exactly sure. Connor's going Pacers. I can update that while you message him.
Messaged.
All right. So next up is Nick.
He's in here.
All right, cool. All right.
Connor's gonna hire Stutz.
Number 9 is the Raptors.
Good call, Caleb.
Raptors, Cavs, or Knicks. That's the first time the Knicks have been chosen. Raptors, Cavs, Knicks. That's a pretty good... For this late, that's still a pretty good selection.
Man, I wanted the Raptors or Knicks.
Are we letting people trade teams after this for a couple days?
It's up to you. I don't care.
I figured we'd do that since we have 8 days until teams can actually trade.
Mm-hmm.
But hold off on that, until after this stream. What was the third team that I offered?
No idea.
Nick will remember, or chat will remember. Oh, it was the Knicks.
New York Knicks.
He's going Knicks. Alrighty. Nick is the Knicks. Makes sense. Next up is going to be number 12, which is Andrew Miller. Hopefully Andrew's in here. My Raptors, Spurs, and Celtics are going to be his picks.
Do you know what his... Is he Rain King?
Rain King, yeah. Here are his 3 options. On deck is going to be Satvik.
Andrew Miller is here.
Cool. On deck is Satvik if you want to message him. I'll see what
he's in here.
Okay, cool. Sorry, guys. I'm running the whole stream, so I'm not paying as much attention to chat as Eric is, obviously. So Satvik is next. We'll see what Andrew goes with. Reese says I'm gonna be last. I feel
There's
bad.
Still good teams left. It's not like last year where it was like the end was like the worst teams.
Yeah.
Like no one wanted to be the Lakers,
Mm-hmm. Andrew's going with the Raptors.
Nice. Good luck to you.
All right. So 7, 8, and 9 are gone off the team list. Satvik was next. So we got 2. What team is that? Can you read them off as I roll?
Yeah, I'm just writing in Toronto Raptors. Cavaliers.
Cavs. 4 is
Clippers.
Cavs, Clippers. 8 is taken. 13 is
Wizards.
Cavs, Clippers, Wizards. The bottom two teams could have some a lot of change this offseason, or none at all.
Yeah, the funny thing is we won't know what happens with the Clippers probably for a while. So,
well, I mean, the second round series will be over by the draft lottery. So
yeah, but if they win, they could
Yeah.
still be the champions. Yeah, which means likely they'll have people come back.
Satvik's going with the Wizards.
All right.
All right, let's roll for who's next? 8.
8 is Gordon.
Gordon is up.
Gordy.
Alrighty. Let's roll for these teams. That was the Wizards taken. That's taken. 6 is
6 is Kings.
Kings. 9's taken. 8's taken. 8 is taken. 9 is taken. 5.
5 is the Jazz.
I think that's the first time we've gone the Jazz. 9 is taken. 12.
Warriors.
So Jazz, Warriors, and what was the first team?
Kings? Yeah. Kings, Jazz, Warriors.
All right. I'm sure chat would let us know if we messed up. These are some good choices for it being this late, honestly.
Yeah. Yep.
Let me roll for who's on deck. On deck is going to be number 1.
Thomas Zabransky. The Tommyster.
I'm going to
Gordon's taking the Cleveland Cavaliers in a bit. Oh, no, wait. Is that one of his choices? Yeah.
I'm going to renumber things.
Wait, the 3 options that are up there. Didn't he have the Jazz as one of his options? Not the Cavs?
Yeah. Oh, was it the Jazz?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Apologies.
Yeah, so he chose the Cavs and they weren't one of his teams.
Oh, sorry. Choose again. My bad.
Yeah. That's what happens when you don't pick yourself. No. What's up, Gordon's girlfriend? Hello. She says Jazz. All right.
Jazz already. Oh, that's why.
Tommy is here and waiting.
All right, I'm renumbering things, guys, so give me a second. We now got 8 people left. I'll post these in the team sheets thread. All right. And then there are the teams, and then let me change this 1 through 8. Thomas Aransky is up, correct?
Yep.
Yep. All right, here we go. 6.
6 is the Spurs.
Spurs. 2.
Cavaliers.
Spurs, Cavs, and 1.
Bulls.
Bulls, Spurs, Cavs.
Couple of mid-range. He's going Spurs.
Alrighty. Up next is number 6, Clutchison. His options are the Thunder.
At Jordan Hutchinson, I am letting you know you are up.
The Thunder, the Celtics, and the Warriors. What a selection choice for there being 8 teams left.
Thunder, Celtics, or Warriors?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. Phenomenal choices there. Warriors yellow. Jordan. He says Jazz, but the Jazz aren't a choice.
The Jazz are already taken, Jordan. You have the three: Celtics, Thunder, or Warriors.
Yep. Let me roll for who's on deck. That's going to be number 2, which is going to be Dizzy D. The original Dizzy D.
Not some imposter.
Warriors. He's going with the Warriors. Dizzy D is up. Is Dizzy D in here? I will roll for his teams. Cavs.
Yeah, I think it's here.
It's taken. 2 is the Cavs, right? I just rolled 10. Yeah, Cavs. 7 is
Thunder.
And 1.
Bulls,
Cavs, Thunder.
He was the Cavs last year.
He was.
Dude, for people complaining that they're going to have a bad team, it's not.
I mean, you got some good choices left. On deck is going to be number 7, which is Bry. Bry is up next.
I will message him if you want to follow.
If I want to what?
If you want to follow chat so I don't miss who he picks.
Yeah.
Do it.
He's trying to decide between the Cavs and the Thunder. Jackson says you're a magician.
Okay. Bry is here, waiting patiently.
Alvaro says, praying I still get my team. There's the suspense aspect of it.
What's up, Albie? Yeah, so just do something different than Dizzy D. If you're having a tough time deciding, just pick the different team than you were last year.
Can I move Thunder to Seattle? We're not doing relocations.
Come on, Dizzy D. Let's pick and get going.
Can I move the Thunder to Seattle? Oh, my goodness. This feels like the draft.
These aren't your choices, Bri. You're up next.
Yeah.
These are still Dizzy D's.
No, I accidentally put the Cavs and somebody chose them, but it was the Jazz instead, so we fixed that. The Cavs are still available. Dizzy D's rolling it back, running it back with the Cavs.
All
right. So I'm just going to say this out loud because there's only 5 left. We'll change it 1 through 5 for everything right now, and I'll just say it out loud.
Bulls, Celtics, Clippers, Kings, Thunder, in that order, 1 through 5.
Yep. And then Reese, Malcolm, Leo, Bry is up right now. So let's roll for his teams. Oh, wait, I need to change it to 5. There we go. Bulls, correct? I'm already blinking. Bulls are number 1.
Yep.
3 is...
Clippers.
Bulls, Clippers, or... Team number 2?
Celtics.
All right, Bulls, Clippers, Celtics.
What's up, play-by-play?
We have to roll for teams one more time. Because obviously once we're down to 3, those are the 3 options. Sadly, one person will only get 2 options and one person will only get 1, unfortunately. But
I mean, there's not really a bad team left. You can
Yeah.
do stuff with all of them.
I mean, you got the Thunder left, you got the Kings left, you got the Celtics left, you got the Bulls left, the Clippers.
Bry just took the Celtics.
All right, Bry took the Celtics. Alrighty. Reese, Malcolm, Leo, or Alvaro. I'll change it to 1 through 4 in that order. The order is from 1 to 4. Reese, Malcolm, Leo, Alvaro. Alvaro is up. The 4 team options are... Should I just roll for the team that it isn't?
No, do the 3. Just
all right, I'll do the 3.
Uniform, yeah.
I'll do the 3. Bulls, Clippers, Kings, Thunder are the 4 options. All right. Bulls, Thunder, Kings. Bulls, Thunder, Kings are the 3 options.
Alvaro took the Thunder, so there you go, Malcolm. He was worried that he was going to get stuck with the Thunder, and
He didn't want the Thunder? Interesting. Thunder would be fun to be, honestly.
yeah.
All right. So Reese, Malcolm, and Leo. Let me just put the teams that are left up. You got Bulls, Clippers, and Kings.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just put them up. Kings. All right, those are the 3 teams left. All right, there's 3 people left to choose. Reese, Malcolm, and Leo. We're rolling 1 through 3. All right. Reese is number 1, Malcolm's number 2, Leo's number 3. Number 2, which is going to be Malcolm.
I'm already going to type in his team.
You already know.
Well, he was saying, please don't take a team.
Man, poor Reese.
He's being the Bulls.
All right. Poor Reese, poor Leo.
Hey, man.
All right. I mean, neither of these teams are too bad, and we'll let you trade your teams too. So, we'll have like a system around that. So, 1 is Reese, 2 is Leo. It's Leo. Reese didn't lie earlier, saying he was gonna end up last. All right, Leo. Which team are you picking?
Clippers or Kings, Leo?
Poor Reese, man. Reese says I'm done.
Reese, it's
Leo chose the Clippers.
You got the Kings, Reese. That's a good team to be. They have all their future picks. They have some tradable assets.
Mm-hmm.
They have a good backcourt. I mean, I don't think there's really much to complain about there. For being the last pick, I don't think you can do much better than that.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have had the Kings like middle of the pack for me. So. Reese says I actually wanted him. All right, Leo's going Clippers. And that wraps it up. Reese gets the Kings. So now everybody has their teams. So what I'm going to do in the Discord, which is what I did last year, I'm going to change the nickname in the Blazers Uprise Discord to the team that you are. In parentheses. So I'll keep like your Discord name the same, but I'll add the team that you are in parentheses. We'll do that later. Have you already done that? Or did Trevin do that?
Trevin did it with his own name.
Oh, Trevin, if you let me do it in... if you just let me do it, then it won't change your name for other Discords. If you do it, it will change your name for other Discords. If I add the team name to your username in the Blazers Uprise Discord, it will change your username in the Blazers Uprise Discord with the team name on it, and it won't affect your username anywhere else. Anywhere else. You can go into any other Discord. It'll be whatever you have it set as. The Blazers Uprise Discord, you will have the team name in your username. Oh, you can change your own nickname in the specific Discord. We'll take care of that for you. So everybody will have their team names. All right.
And then
Tomorrow.
someone's asking or Connor was asking if we can make our names special colors. It's easier if we're all blue in there or all one color. That way you can just easily identify the 30 participants from the mock-off season.
Yep. So that's how it's going to work. As far as team trading now, here the system for that. If you and somebody agree to trade teams, just message me or Eric that you've agreed to trade teams, and then we'll go message the other person to make sure that they also agree to trade teams. And then we can swap your teams. So to message people, go to the team sheets section because only people in the mock offseason can see that. Just right-click on whoever's name and message them. But we won't have names up in the usernames immediately, so just be a little patient when it comes to like knowing who's who.
And if you haven't read the sheets or the informational reading that Tori provided, he did a really nice job explaining things, how we're going to do it, all that kind of stuff, the CBA rules, things like that. So please go read those documents that Tori provided. They're in the Discord feeds. I think we pinned them to the Discord.
I'll in the team sheets, I'll have like the pinned post in the team sheets is what to pay attention to. Because I'll pin a post in the team sheets section with all the information you guys need. But I emailed you guys guides for everything mock off season, or not emailed. I messaged you on Discord.
If everyone's still in here, okay, no trades, no talking to teams about trades for players. That's only if you want to try and switch teams with someone. There is no tampering. We're not talking about trades. I don't want to see a bunch of trades already finalized. The moment we open up the trade window, we will begin sometime the evening. We'll give an exact time of when you can start discussing actual trades. If I find out about trades beforehand, Jackson's asking what the penalty is. We'll just make it so that trade is vetoed and you can't trade between those two teams or something for a while. I know I can't prevent it, but just try to take it seriously.
Don't skirt the rules. Don't make it hard on us. Basically it's just we wanted to wait for the draft order to be set to start it. But we figured we could pick teams now. You guys have like 8 days to like plan what you might try and do. You can think about potential trades. You just can't reach out. Don't reach out to anybody trade-wise yet. Yeah. On the 22nd, we're going to be streaming the draft lottery on the main channel. I don't know if Eric's going to be here for that. I might bring Gabe on instead if Eric can't make it or something. If Gabe wants to do it, I don't know. It'll just be a chill lottery stream, but I will announce on that stream when the trade window opens. Okay, after the lottery is finalized, once I have the picks updated in your team sheets, I will announce on that stream on the 22nd when you can start discussing and making trades with other teams. All right? So don't tamper. We'd appreciate that. It's just 8 days in which you can plan and whatnot.
And we did a fake lottery last year. So this year it's kind of fun because you know your team. So the teams, there's a couple teams, including Houston and Minnesota, that are affected by what pick they get. And that also affects Oklahoma City and Houston as well. So those teams could either get super lucky. Actually, Chicago and Orlando are the same way. So that's 3 scenarios where teams could end up with like 2 lottery picks or no lottery picks.
Yep.
So it's going to be kind of fun watching it unfold as it happens live at the real lottery and rooting for your fake team since the Blazers don't have a pick this year. So like I'm Detroit and I have the second best odds. So I'm going to be rooting like heck for them not to fall down to like 5 or whatever, you know? So it'll be a lot of fun. And then, so if you're Minnesota, like our shot, you don't want any scenario other than Minnesota getting a top 3 pick, because otherwise Golden State gets your pick. And then, Houston, if they fall out of the bottom or the top 4, then their pick goes to Oklahoma City. So their trove of picks gets even greater. Yeah, so a lot of interesting stuff next Tuesday. But the problem is we can't really trade picks and make trades efficiently until we know what pick everyone has. So
exactly.
Until that order is set next Tuesday, that's why we want to hold off on trades. And you're kind of stupid if you do trades before then, because you might get offered, like, say, the number 2 pick for someone that you weren't planning on having that high of a pick for, and you actually already agreed to a stupid trade before that and weren't really taking your time to do anything. So formulate a plan, first off, decide if you want to rebuild or if you're contending, or if you want to just try to get better, or if you want to tear it down. Like I said, certain situations we're not going to allow a tear down. Like the Lakers aren't going to tear it down, so it's not like GK. If you try to trade like LeBron and Anthony Davis, it just kind of ruins the whole integrity of the system. So we're not gonna go that crazy, but for the most part, we'll let you do what you want to do. If you're one of those fringe teams, you can always message Tori or I or both of us and just say, hey, I'm the Bulls. Like, is it okay to tear it down and trade everyone, or is it okay to trade and try to contend or whatever? And so we can give you some guidance on that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
if the Raptors want to trade Siakam and trade Van Vliet and start rebuild, like that's very realistic. Right. Or they can try and contend. That's the thing. If you have a team like them, you're kind of stuck in a position where you can, like, your plan might be to see what's out there to try and get back to contention, and also see what's out there to try and rebuild. Mm-hmm. So you might not even have like one set direction. You might just be like, okay, we either need to tear it down or we need to get better. We need to move in either direction. So that could be a strategy that some of you guys might have if you have the Raptors or maybe the Washington Wizards or another team like that, maybe even the Indiana Pacers. So like if those teams decide to tear it down, we won't stop you. It's just like a team like the Lakers or a team like the Jazz at this point. They're not going to trade Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell for picks and start a rebuild. The Suns, obviously, but I mean, that's the thing. We have the Valley podcast running the Suns, so they're not going to want to piss off their community, so we don't have to worry about them. But yeah, so that is kind of the situation. Do you guys have questions? And by the way, let me just say this. The tampering thing that we explained earlier, Eric, that applies to if you're in VC with one another. All right? Because I know, some of us game together. Don't be bringing it up in the VC. Hey, what do you think about this trade for this guy? Because that counts as tampering. Just don't even discuss anything.
Yeah.
Until the 22nd.
Yep. Basically, just say, hey, hit me up in free agency or whatever. Like maybe that's okay, but don't talk about any specific players or anything like that. And then, Nick was asking how free agency works. So we'll get to that later down the line. So here's the plan. So free trades open next Tuesday night. We'll have 10 days of trading, and then we'll have the actual draft. It's tentatively scheduled for July 2nd, I believe. So it gives you 10 full days to trade picks and do whatever, figure out that kind of stuff. And then we'll have an actual draft where you get to pick your prospects and stuff like that. So if you're not good with like who the prospects are, and you don't want to put in research, you might want to trade your picks and get like actual players, or vice versa. If you love the draft and you don't like some of your players on your team, you might want to set up a plan to acquire more draft picks or whatever. So that the draft is scheduled for July 2nd. And then I forgot what day the free agency starts, but free agency is a few days after
free agency, the draft is very likely going to be the 2nd. Unless something unforeseen happens, it's going to be the 2nd. Free agency is a little bit more tentative. I had it tentatively scheduled, I think, for the 9th. Because obviously we want to wrap this up before the draft actually happens and all that type of stuff.
And so trades, as long as they are not like ridiculously bad and get overridden, and they follow all CBA guidelines, they'll go through immediately. We are doing the non-combination rule, so once you trade for a player, you can't combine his salary with another player, and so on.
We will have, if we try and explain it out loud, it's going to be confusing. Right. We will have a sheet on the CBA stuff to know that I am putting in a lot of time to make it as easy to understand as possible. This is a great way to kind of learn the CBA, learn how trades work and whatnot. It's a fun way to do it. You know what I mean? It's like the only fun way to do it. I will have a sheet that kind of goes over everything you need to know, like CBA-wise. Because if we just go out and start reading it, it'll be pretty confusing because it's hard to explain. But I will have a guide.
Yep. So trades by CBA rules, which Tori will have the guide to. Draft is literally if the Rockets have the first pick, we'll have a fancy. Tori has fancy graphics, and it was a lot of fun. So it was the first pick is GK. You're on the clock, and you have a certain amount of minutes to message Tori in Discord with your pick, and then he announces it like he's Adam Silver or whatever. And we go through all 60 picks, and then
we probably won't go through all 60 on stream. We'll try and go through the first
one.
one.
Oh, yeah. Well, I just meant, like, in total, we'll go through all the picks. And then, so free agency, the way that worked, it worked out really well last year. I might do it slightly different depending on what my free agency thing is, but we had an email address, and you write the subject of the email, the player, and you give your pitch. And someone like Jordan Hutchison, if you want some advice, I forgot what team he is this year, but he had a really detailed like pitch to a lot of free agents. You can discuss money in the first thing, and then kind of had some funny back and forths with like Trevin with Hassan Whiteside, like pretending to be certain guys. I felt like I did a pretty good job with that last year. So it went pretty smoothly. Any free agents that I tried to, that I was interested in, I would just change it and have someone else do it, like Tori, or if he was in on it too, then we'll find other people to make those decisions. But basically, yeah, it basically went to what we thought was most important to that person. So like whether it's most money, so then it would just go to whoever offered him the best contract. If it was situation or contention, then some of those situations were different. But yeah, it really worked itself out last year, and every year is different, but you do have to have a good pitch and be professional and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we'll have like a sheet on free agency and all the details and that type of stuff. There's probably a couple things that we're missing right now, but that'll be in almost a month, so there's no point in even worry about that yet. Obviously, when you're planning your moves, you got to take into account Portland.
Yeah.
Norman Powell's a free agent, and you got CJ McCollum. What do you do there? I mean, we've discussed it at length.
Yeah.
So you do have to take free agency into account when you're planning some of your trades and whatnot, but as far as like how free agency is going to work, we'll have a good system.
Yep.
A good, realistic as possible system.
And just one thing to keep in mind, teams do not usually go into a season with more than 15 guaranteed contracts. You're only allowed to have 15 players on your roster. So don't pull a Ben Darling from last year and have like 20 players with all guaranteed contracts and then have to give away assets to try and get rid of some of those players, or have to cut players that you have to pay and count against your cap.
And I'll have that in the CBA guide sheet. That's something good to add. So like the CBA guide sheet will go over like, don't end up with, there's roster limits and stuff that you need to abide by and kind of take into account when you plan.
And then, so we're going to have some fun. We have streams. We had a really awesome stream last year of like breaking down like some of the top moves from different teams, and Tori had like a little slide with some of the moves for each team, and it was a lot of fun. The most important thing is this is not personal at all. Like if we say you made a bad trade or whatever, like don't feel like we're insulting your intelligence or take it like we don't like you or whatever. This is all for fun and so a bad trade, or like if you mess up your team, that's like good content for us to like point out on a video or whatever. So
and here's
try not to make a bad move, or that's on you if you make a bad trade. Right?
Here's the thing: you might make a move you think is good, and we might say it's bad, and then a year later it looks really good. I mean, me and Eric got into an argument. I think I signed D'Anthony Melton. We got into an argument whether or not I overpaid him. So it's like me and Eric disagree on stuff. That was a thing last year. We had some arguments on guys, which was fun. So even if we think it's bad, if you think it's good, go ahead. Unless it's drastically bad and you're trading Kevin Durant for a bag of chips, then we'll just override it, obviously. But so have fun with it. Be cool to do like a article on the website, kind of just grading every team's mock offseason to wrap it up after the end of this. We will be covering it, so don't just trade away all your future picks for like a pick this year because you want to draft a guy. Because
you will get crushed if you do that.
You will get crushed if you do that. So value your future picks like you should, even though we're not going to do future drafts, and just try and do the best job possible. If somebody starts off a rebuild with the Wizards, they get a ton of assets back for Bradley Beal, we might give them an A and say they did a great job. It's not just about becoming the best team or anything. It's just doing the best job as a GM, whether that's starting a rebuild, whether that's contending, whether that's getting better, whether that's getting younger, yada, yada, yada. So
yeah, like we mentioned earlier, Thomas Oransky was the Nuggets. He did a really good job bringing in Beal. I thought that was a great trade. He got Mikal Bridges. That team re-signed Jeremy Grant. He definitely hit it out of the park. Like I said, he made some bad moves with the rest of his roster, but yeah. But we take all that into account, and then I was the Charlotte Hornets. I ended up with the first and third picks in the draft. The first pick by luck, the third pick by a lot of good trades, I guess. But and then I also added several future first round picks too. So I had set the Hornets up to not only have a super young team with a lot of good prospects, but a lot of future picks and about $80 million in cap space the following year. So like when you're evaluating how I did, you could say, look, I cleared the deck in terms of all my long-term contracts. I got future picks and I added 2 studs from the draft. And so like if you in this and you're a rebuilding team, I don't think there's much better you could do than that. If you're a contending team and you make your team better, then that's a good grade too. It doesn't have to be like trade your whole team and see what happens,
Yep. So any final questions? We got to wrap up the stream in a couple minutes. We will answer questions in the future. We'll cover some playoff stuff on Thursday, but we can also take your questions about the mock-off season as well. So.
And Eric Olson, it's not an official grading system like you have media that grades the trade, it's not official. It's just whatever their opinion is on it. So, Tori and I were wrong about a lot of trades last year. There was a lot of places do mock off seasons, and most of them don't follow CBA rules very closely. It's kind of frustrating, but there was a trade involving the Blazers getting Thaddeus Young last offseason that Tori actually did a video about how bad it was, but I'm sure now Tori would go back and say maybe that wasn't so bad.
He improved a ton this year, so
yeah.
It's just our opinions. It's just a way to keep you guys like trying your best, kinda, and not just like trading $1 million future firsts for 1 second round pick this year. You know what I mean? Like, just a way to have some fun, talk about what's happening, make some content around it, as well as like keep you guys like trying your best.
Later part of May. And as Dizzy D says, this guy next to me, Tori Jones, is under the microscope this year.
Good.
Well,
perfect. I wouldn't have it any other way, bro.
Yeah.
I am feeling the pressure though. At least they're going to be active, At least you guys know We'll see. So anyway, anything left to cover? Any final questions? Like I said, we only got a couple minutes left for streams. We'll take any good final questions. If they are in the guide sheet I sent you, I will tell you though it's in the guide sheet. Good.
Caleb isn't in this, but he's asking how to get on the waiting list. Yeah, just message Tori at night and we will add people, but we do already have a pretty long waiting list. I think
it's going to be pretty active this year too, yeah. But
it seems like I think every single person was here for their pick, right?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
That was awesome, man. You guys are great.
Phenomenal. Yep.
So, Dizzy D asked about trade exceptions. Yes. So Tori and I decided to do trade exceptions. It's going to be a lot more work for us, but you can generate trade exceptions with new trades, and also use obviously whatever trade exceptions whatever team you are currently has.
Yep. I have team sheets done for 10 teams, so that's the other thing is I got to finish those. I'll try and finish those in about 4 days or so. But I've done team sheets for. Let me pull it up here. I've done team sheets for 10 Eastern Conference teams: the Hawks, the Hornets, the Cavs, the Knicks, the Celtics, the Heat, the Pistons, the Pacers, the Bulls, and the Nets. So all those team sheets are done. I'll finish the East first, and then I'll get to the West. And I will post the link to that later tonight. I will post the link to those team sheets just so you can check yours out. You don't have to do anything with them. We'll update them. We'll update them with your roster and salary information, trade exceptions, all that type of stuff. So I went over that in the guide sheet. If you have any questions about that, just check the guide sheet that I sent y'all. So anyway, I think we're good. This went pretty smoothly. Very smoothly, actually. Had to wait 30 minutes for the computer to update, but This went about as smooth as I could have hoped. Appreciate y'all participating in this. Appreciate those of you chilling with us. If you're not in this, I appreciate you just coming and watching us. We will have a normal Blazers Uprise live stream on Thursday to cover the playoffs and that type of stuff. Search, yeah. There will be a video coming tomorrow. If you don't know what that video is on, then you haven't been paying enough attention to my Twitter. I'll leave it as a surprise. Some of y'all know. I need to up the like limit for videos past 100. But yeah, so video coming tomorrow too. But I'm the Blazers though, Eric. I can't put out CJ trades.
Yeah, you just have to. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're in the mock off season, don't be cheating. I need to throw out like purposely bad trades or something.
Well, honestly, though, I mean, you're going to be realistic, I'm assuming, with your trades, whereas in the mock-off season, it can get a little crazy with teams that you wouldn't be expected to be interested in a player like CJ would be just because they're Blazer fans or whatever.
Yep.
And so Trevin asked if Leo's going to be active. Yeah, Leo will be active. He already knows. But yeah, this doesn't just apply to Leo, but if we message you for a day or two and you're not responding and we're trying to get a hold of you, we have enough people watching this or wanting to play to where we're going to have a pretty short leash compared to last year in terms of how long we let teams go inactive. So if you
we're not going to let you be inactive for like 4 or 5 days without if you let us know, we'll like talk about it, but I mean, just check in because teams will be reaching out to you almost daily. And I said that, when I asked people who wanted to be in it. So that's kind of one condition of it.
Yep. And like Tori said, just all it takes is, hey, I'm going out of town. I don't know how my service will be or if I'll be able to check my phone. So we know you're gone. And then we can tell people when they message us like, hey, Gordon's not responding to any of my messages, and we can be like, just chill, he'll be back on Monday or whatever. So that's how we're gonna have to run it. And I'm sorry if you're inactive though, and you don't tell us you're gone and we can't get a hold of you. We might just have to move on to someone else, and it kind of sucks doing that because you probably have already made a move or two, and then that person has to take over where you left off and all that stuff.
Yep. But I mean, work with us and we can work with you on it. Just too many people. There were so many people that wanted to be in this. We want to make sure that everybody that's in it wants to be a part of it and is active. So
yeah. And I already know Reese is going to be in and out of being active for a couple weeks. So maybe he can have an assistant GM take over for him during that time or something.
No. I mean, if he's able to check messages and make stuff happen during that time span, at least semi-regularly, then it's fine. So Reese is also the Kings, so inactivity would be better than their standard. So anyway, I think that wraps up this stream. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the Discord. Make sure you read that guide sheet I sent y'all though. If you have any questions on stuff, I tried to make it as easy to follow as possible. You can go to certain sections. So if you have a question on team sheets, there's a team sheets section. If you have a question on, some of the key dates or stuff like that, I'm forgetting the sections in it. There's just a lot of sections to it. So definitely just go look at that. If you have any, and if it's not answered in that guideline sheet that I sent you, then feel free to ask it in the Discord. Anyway. Anything left to say, Eric, before we wrap it up?
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and I really appreciate all 30 of you who are participating for being here, but also big shout-out to those of you who are not participating. Thank you for coming in and watching and chilling anyway. That's cool of you, to all of you to have this many viewers with, even if you're not participating, and it'll be fun to see some of these trades and how they go down.
Yep. Anyway, that's going to wrap up this stream. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Just like Eric said, we will catch you again on Thursday with a live stream, tomorrow with a video. So hopefully you enjoy it. We'll catch you later. Until next time, as always, peace out. Go Blazers.